Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here with a very special guest, a little tall boy, skinny boy, Zaddy. Why don't you tell everybody what's your name and what you're about, my dude?
Well, my name's Isaac. Um, I've actually just started playing just a year ago, and within that year, I've actually really took off, really into the game and got into the competitive scene, and just really started buying a lot of cards for almost no reason. Not gonna lie, I've just been picking up a lot of stuff, testing out a lot of decks, play testing, everything that I can, seeing what I like, and eventually I settled on the Ragio stuff. Really, yeah, I really like that deck. And then now I'm trying to do the newer stuff that's just coming out. But I enjoy the Go format. That's a really fun format. Edison's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I don't really play it much because we don't really have too many Edison players around here. Yeah. So I mean, really, but like I said, within that year, I everyone could testify to this. I really actually took off within that year, like a major. It was a major step for me too, because I was like as a kid I would play, but not like how I'm playing right now. It was just like backyard playing. Like, oh, these are the cards that I have. These are cards that I'm gonna play with. Now it's just like I need this card. I need this card. Oh, damn! You have this one and this shininess. Fuck. Oh, so let me get it. Let me get it. What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, it's a lot of that, and then it's. I honestly, I it's like a hate and love thing. Like I love the adventureness of like going out, meeting new people, trying to find them, meeting new people, getting getting to know like what the cards do instead of like, oh, I just want it. You know what I mean? Like it's more of there's that one scene in GX when who's that little kid? Cyrus? Yeah. He's like, yeah, I have the power bond, but like I don't know how to use it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of that too. It's like, oh yeah, I know the card, but do I know how to play it? So it's a lot of that too.
So, tell us a little bit about your decks. Why do you make them? Is there a specific reason you're drawn to them? Like when you're talking about Rise Eagles, what drew you to them? Was it like, oh, this is like the next big thing, or like, oh, this is meta, or oh, these just like Transformers? Like what was your reasoning? And like, tell us about your goat deck too.
Um, I like controlling the game state. It's weird. I just like controlling the game state, and then I recently found out that I like breaking boards. I like breaking the board. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I just because like in Master Duel, I have a Dark Magician deck, and I run Evenly Match in there. So it's a stupid deck, bro. It's a stupid deck. I just like controlling the game state for some reason. So back to the decks. Ryzel is kind of like a control deck because like you're just like, oh, I feel threatened with this. I'm gonna get rid of it, and you know what I mean. And then my Go deck is a Go control. So it's just like you're basically just I don't even know how to describe it. You're just trying to just keep yourself alive but also letting the player play. That's what I'm saying. Like control. You let the player play, but you're controlling the game state. You're manipulating the game to where you think you're or to where your opponent thinks that they're doing good, but you're just like, nah. I'm I don't want you to do all this. I'm gonna let you think you got it, but in reality, it's like, I got it.
Would you say you're more of a main character with your deck? Are you a what is it? Not arch nemesis, but like a rival? Or where would you categorize yourself if you could with your decks and your play style?
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, yeah. So like when you're playing, do you feel like, oh yeah, like I kind of got this like your main character energy, or there's like somebody you play, you're like that guy. Like me and him, like we go back and forth. Like I want to try to do something like that, or I don't think you're a side character.
For sure.
He goes, you see my duels, um, but like when you're playing, you're like, I'm better. Like I'm the guy kind of thing, or it's like, it's for the fun of the game, man. Like, where would you categorize yourself?
So there's times where I'm playing someone and I could tell that they're an amateur or new to the deck. So in those cases, I tend to win more than I lose. But then whenever there's like a guy that's been practicing day after day after day, and it's been, like I said, I've only been playing for like a year, and then for me to like actually do competitiveness and actually get like top three or whatever, you know, what I mean, it's exciting, but it's like with those pro players, I guess I would call them, I tend to lose a lot more than I win. So it depends on who I'm playing against, when I'm playing against. It
So you feel more confident
yeah,
when you're playing somebody who doesn't know too much,
yeah,
that
when
your main character.
yeah,
But then, like when you're going up against like a pro, you're like, I got it.
yeah. It's like I gotta practice more, and you know, what I mean, it just makes me look back at what I'm playing, and if I'm deck building right, that's my biggest thing. It's just I want to play this card. I want to
Just your cards.
play. Whenever we're doing that goat, like whenever we started first part
Yeah,
playing game, the goat decks, 60 cards,
60 cards.
60 cards. Nothing synergized. I just wanted to play the card, you know what I mean? And then from there, I actually, it clicked in my head. It was like, no, you gotta like play three of these, or just one of this, or just two of these. Like, what do you want to see more, and what I guess what do you want to see less of, or what do you, like whenever it comes up, like the searchers. Like obviously you want to play searchers a lot, so that and then you just play one of those because you can search it, yeah, whatever. um, but yeah, just it just really depends on who I'm playing against, and there's days where I pull out a deck and I'm just like, you know what, we'll have fun today. So that's the Selenite Great deck. I'm just like, you know, we'll just have some fun today. It's whatever, bro. I know I'm gonna lose probably because you could just lose to Nib real easy on that deck. You know, it's really easy to stop that deck. So I'm just like, yeah, we're just having fun, bro. It's whatever. And I also use that as a power level scale kind of thing, to where it's like, oh, you can't beat this deck. All right, well, I mean, I have this lower power deck, the Dark Worlds. Dark World. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know what? We could have even more fun. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just that's why I like deck building. It's just like not everyone is at that power level where like, oh, I'm gonna win every single time I play this card or this deck or whatever. You know what I mean? Not everyone's at that level, and not everyone's competitive in that way. I noticed that casual players don't run certain cards. Like I'm not saying like Steven, but like there's like Steven. Like I don't know what it is about Steven, bro. It's just like every time I play him, I just win. I'm just like I don't know if it's his deck building or if it's
Like
yeah, just like man. Not to dog on Steven or not to put him down or anything. It's just I've noticed that like he's real casual. He's real casual in the way he plays, and I gotta find decks that compare to his level. You know what I mean? I can't just motherfucker, I got you all the time. I got you. You know what I mean? Yeah, just yeah. I guess I would see myself as a yeah, not a side character, but a reoccurring character. You know what I mean? Like the teachers or something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like just a reoccurring character that just he's not on the sideline, but you know him because he's always popping up. You know what I mean?
okay, okay, okay. let's uh let's talk about the group. Let's talk about the group. Uh, let's talk about like your introduction to the group and like how you're feeling now. Like, cause yeah, we've known each other for a year. Yeah, yeah. So elaborate on that because I know Andrew was elaborating. Steven and Donovan, I think they got to a little bit of it, but not really. But let's talk about that.
So first and foremost, I want to shout out to my friend Trevor. He's the one that got me actually back into the game. We bought the two player starter decks
Oh,
with the moment Zeus. Yeah, so we did that, and I was like, you know what, I kind of like this. And that's around the time Bonanza was coming out. So then I was buying some packs from Bonanza, and then I was like, eh, I don't need this card. How the fuck, how do I get rid of this? How do I get rid of it? You know what I mean? I was like, how do I get rid of this? And I started looking up shops, and one day I just came to Shenanigans, and then I was selling some cards away to the front end, and this guy, Brandon, just pops up out of nowhere. He's like, hey, play Yu-Gi-Oh? Hey, I like that, what is it, Instant Fusion or something? I think it was Instant Fusion. And then he was like, "Yeah, we're over here deck building and playing over there, whatnot." I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll go join." Uh,
he was gone.
yeah,
I think it's hilarious that Mr. Doug said he goes, "You're my favorite main character." When you just talk to people.
and then that's kind of how I got introduced into Brandon's little group, honestly. So from there, I mean, he was trying to help me build the Dark World deck, but I've noticed that too. Is like in order to help someone build the deck, you have to play the deck or actually know some of what the cards do because you would put in Ash and
I was just trying to help.
you know what I mean. You're putting some cards that would break me up even more, and I'm just like, you know what I mean. So Dark World is really heavy engine. It's like a big engine. You just have to use your whole engine, pretty much the whole deck in order to do what you need to do. You can't put in non-engine in there. You know what I mean? So it's just like this is little things like that he was trying to help me with, but I noticed that he didn't really understand it. So it was just like I'm gonna go look at some videos and see how they're building it, and from there we kind of just took off. I would try and come every now and then, and before you were married, we would play a lot. We would play a lot. We would come almost every other weekend or so, and we would do that. Uh, now it's like I mean, now it's like we play, but I'm not saying do my own thing, but I mean I kind of am. I'm going to tournaments without y'all. You know, what I mean, I branched out even more with it. Uh, but back towards the group. Um, Donovan's a really good player. Steven's real casual. Um, Brandon, he understands the game, but I feel like you don't you don't like the meta. You don't really like the meta, and I don't know. It's like I want to play against you because you really understand the game of what it is, but you don't want to play it. And I mean I respect that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna like let's play it, let's play it. You know? That's another reason why I branched out to like competitiveness because it's like they're not always want to be competitive.
No, and I've played meta before. Um, I've seen like it completely change, right? And like I've gone all the way to YCS, but at a certain point, when you're playing competitively, you kind of lose sight of what it is. That's why like I love my hero. It's not any. Oh, he's gonna freaking go to YCS all the way now. It stops decks. A lot of my decks stun a lot. And it's not so much like I'm gonna like I said, win tournaments or anything. But at times when I do, it's like no one expects it. Like Runix, no one expects it. With Sword Soul and Tenny, like no one expects it. Like it's just I love to do it because it's fun. I think I've met so many different players. Uh, Not saying like you, but like certain people forget what it's about. So it's about like actually having fun. And I've gone up against players who I'll duel, and it's like, hey man, you want to go first? Whatever. Just and it kind of loses its feeling after a while. So like when I was collecting with all those cards, and I was looking back, I'm like, I'm kind of losing the meaning of why I got back into this game because it was fun for me. Um, was it cool having expensive cards in my binder? Yeah, but like, what is the purpose of me getting these cards? What's the purpose of me playing these cards or holding on to them? Like, you can have a collection, absolutely, but like at a certain point, you step back and you're like, do I even like this game anymore, or do I just like the art? Um, and I really, I'll play meta for a minute, but then it's like, I just want to have fun again. That's why you build so many different decks. That's why you test so many dumb things. You know, like Steven has my old appliancer deck. You know, I just built it because I was like, dude, this is freaking awesome. And now he's gonna splash it into Yummy. You know, like it's cool. Innocent stuff that you just have fun with, and I love that part of the game. But there's a lot of times where you try to play a game that you love and it's not all that, and that's the sad part. It's why I'm like, I'll step in the spotlight when I need to, but like other than that, I just want to have fun with my friends. Really, I just want to experience new things, and also be like, all right, well, how can I change up my deck? Like with Goat, before Gravekeepers, it was just like stun. There wasn't any combos. There wasn't just like, oh, I got to keep drawing into things.
Remember Remember the Exodia deck that I built? I almost had you, bro. I almost had you. I had like two or three cards left, and I could draw the final piece. But back to what you were saying. That's another reason. I think I'm just too new to the game to get that feeling. So I'm already used to how the meta is going in the direction that it's going. You know what I mean? I'm not like, oh, this sucks. Ugh. I mean, there's times where I'm just like bummed out about losing, but I just go back and reflect on like how can I build this deck a little bit better? What cards can I take out? What cards can I put in? Can I have done something better in that play or anything? You know what I mean? But that's why I also build different decks like for the casual scene too. So it's like, yeah, there's you want to win, but you also want to have fun. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
That's the hard part.
yeah, that's why I'm just like, oh, okay, we'll have fun. We'll play Salamangreat, or we'll play Dark Worlds, or what other decks do I have? I have stupid decks. I have a dark I have a Dark Magician deck that's just in the mix, and I'm just waiting for the new support to come out. You know, that's another thing too. Is just like waiting for the new cards to come out and seeing what you could do with them. You know what I mean? So it's like it's I had to learn too that like not everyone's trying to be competitive in that way. So it's trying to find that right balance of how can you win and have fun. You know what I mean?
And like I said, you'll find it. You'll figure it out. I'm saying like I'm freaking 30 years old. You're older than me.
I think I'm the oldest one.
You are? I
That's
think. Yeah. Um, I think you'll come to it. Right? You'll come to that. But I think it's because I've been playing it for so long, and then seeing like I said, the meta change and progressing. It's cool. When I was younger, I was like, dude, I want to be that guy like who sells to people, and I got that feeling, And it's like it's cool, great. Now what? It took a lot of money, a lot of time. Yeah, and then like my collections, I would always keep. But when I got out of it, like a couple years ago, I sold. everything except for one deck. I still have it to this day. It's my Adamantipator's deck, and that was like meta. That was like when I won tournaments. That was like no one could really touch it. No one could touch me. And I would play it here at Shenanigans. People would hate it, right? But also at a certain point when like I'm playing these people and I'm beating them, I'm just like, but I'm stopping this person back from playing the game too, and it kind of sucks, takes the fun out of it. So that's why I was just like, this is kind of boring. When I left, when I came back, because Steven wanted me to get back into it, and then I started doing it again. I never wanted to play meta, but I wanted to do Malice because it was like based off of Alice in Wonderland, and I was like, dude, that's awesome. Um, and then of course, like me coming back to the game, I'm like, all right, what's meta right now? This. Okay, cool. What stops it? And then that's why I made Runix. Like it was like I want to have fun. I'm gonna have fun stopping you. So, but you're gonna pop off still. Like that's where the good balance was. I think the first tournament that I played with in years after I built Runic, I think I got second. Um, and I beat Snake Eyes. I beat Simple Spoils. I'm trying to look back at what else. I beat White Forest. And I beat uh, what is it? The Fire King. So it was really interesting. But yeah, yeah, I think having fun is like the biggest thing. But yeah, but yeah.
That's probably like the hardest part in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Like in order to have fun, you probably have to go to like an auto format where you're more
Spend hundreds of dollars.
well, not necessarily. You could just play with all commons,
No, like pay to win kind of game, like meta.
but what do you mean?
Like you have to have currency, you have to have
Oh,
resources, you have to have purchases, you have to have wallet.
well, yes, yeah, you do, but I feel like because like I'm saying, like you understand the game, right? You could like your runic deck. You could play without it. You could play without the imperms. You could play without the ashes. You just keep stunning the player. You know what I mean? So I'm saying once you grasp what how the meta is being played, you could play other decks that counteract that. And I think that's the part I want to get to is understanding how the cards are being played and play what people aren't being or aren't playing. And I feel like that will be the fun of the Yu-Gi-Oh part
The
is
rogue area.
the rogue area. Yeah, the rogue is it's just a different kind of different kind of deck. It's like your own thoughts coming to life in the deck. You know what I mean?
That's
You're
what I've
yeah. And I mean Andrew Andrew's a and then playing against Andrew is like it just takes me back to whenever I was playing a kid. It's like, oh, I can only get this card. I can only get this card. You know what I mean? He doesn't have all the cards that you
for a lot of money.
yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? He doesn't have all the cards that you need to build the deck. It's like, okay, I just have this one. I'm gonna play it how I have it. And I kind of envy that. You know what I mean? It's just like I have, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I have a lot of money, but I have money to spend for the cards that I need. So I'm constantly gonna have a consistent deck, and his is consistent enough to where it'll put up a good fight, but it's not meta to where it's like I'm constantly beating you, beat you down. You know what
Guess who?
I mean? Flu is alright. You know what I mean? I think my big thing too is understanding the decks on how they're being played. So whenever I do lose, it's just like, oh, it's because I didn't understand how the
When
cards
to
are,
stop it.
when to stop it and how the cards are being played. You know what I mean? That's another big thing of mine. That's why I picked up Baker Soul. Baker Soul, you had to know what your opponent is playing in order to counteract the 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 way or counteract how to uh,
Stop.
yeah how to stop it pretty much. You know what I mean? You gotta know how what they're playing in order to know what your next move is. You know what I mean? And then West, I mean I don't know what to say about Wes. Honestly, he's here, but he's not here. You know what I mean? He's not constantly with the group. He's playing Flesh and Blood. Uh, I think that's his main game. I think that's why he's not always in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene with us. He's always playing his Flesh and Blood, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But his decks, I wouldn't say they're like Andrews, so to say, but they're kind of, I guess, more cookie cutter. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, I have these cards. They're meta. Put them in there. You know what I mean? Um, and I mean, that works for him. And he's happy with it, so I can't say too much about it. So yeah. There's everybody in this group is totally different. I'm constantly trying to overachieve and go above and beyond on like whatever it is, whether it's shininess or competitiveness. You know what I mean? I'm just always trying to go, and then you're just more kind of just like trying to keep up, but then just staying. You know what I mean? You're content on where you're at. You know what I mean? And Steven, he's just man, he's just oh, these are good cards. These are good cards. These are good cards. Yeah, they play. You know what I mean? We're all different in our own way. But it's good. It's good, but I feel like I constantly want more, and I like it, but I don't like it because I'm constantly spending money, constantly driving to different places. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just want more sometimes, and you know what I mean?
Is there anybody you want to shout out or thank or anything like that before we end this?
I mean, I gave my main shout out, but I love this Yu-Gi-Oh group. I honestly, um, I'm glad that Brandon came up to me that day because if he didn't, I honestly, I don't know if I'll keep playing Yu-Gi-Oh from like probably like a month or two after. Maybe so, but not as much as I'm playing right now. You know what I mean? I'll probably come out here and there, but if I hadn't met y'all, I probably wouldn't be in the spot that I am right now, honestly. So big shout out to the group that we're in. Um, yeah, just trying to. I guess I'm just trying to find my place in this scene. That's where I'm at right now. Just do I really want to keep going the route that I'm going, or can I just be content on where I'm at and just play the game just for what it is?
Get there when we get there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.